Kevin, really good to meet you. How excited are you about this, the prospect of managing this club?
Yeah, very. Must admit, you know when a good club comes up and you want to sort of be part of that. And when this one come up, you know, you get a few offers when you're out of the game or when you're in the game and there's a few sniffs and people want to talk to you. But when I realised that, you know, James wanted to speak to me, it was, music to the ears. And then I spoke with the owners, seeing the vision, what they've got for the club, what they've done for the club already. It's fantastic to be here. It's been a whirlwind 24 hours, but nothing that I'm not used to, and really looking forward to now, stamping, my authority on the club and getting it moving forward like it's been over the last few years off the field. Let's try and do that on the field as well,
You must feel great confidence in your position, because we were speaking to the chairman the other week and he talked about there were 75 applicants at that stage. The amount of interest in the job, of course. So to get to this stage and you've got there, you must feel pretty good.
Yeah, and it's fantastic that he's give an up and coming young coach, manager if you like it, and the opportunity to come to a club which is well run, structured really well, really good behind the scenes, And I feel like it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. Not too far from my home, where I can commute and be part of it and still have a family and go back home to my family life, which is for the last few years I've been away. So all these factors just sort of started clicking into place, and it feels now that I just obviously got started pretty quickly, but I'm looking forward to the next few days, next couple of weeks, and and starting to get us going in the right direction. That's where I've spoke to the lads today and spoke to them already and told them, we've got to be looking up and looking above the ones we want a catch, and because I believe in the squad, and so it's up to us now to start doing on the training pitch, taking the stuff from the training pitch onto the field, and showing what I want to show the fans, what my team is about. Being on the front foot, being aggressive, being in a really good way, both in and out of possession as well, taking opportunities, and just start winning games.
You mentioned it there. I was going to ask you about your style of football. To say, obviously, there's a pragmatism involved in that as well, the players that you have. But what does your ideal team look like, and what do you think you can hope to make this Cobblers team look like?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's I think when you look at me as a player, hard work, determination, aggressive, wanting to be on the front foot, wanting to score goals, all that type of stuff. So that's how I want my team to play. I want us to be also diligent in our defensive work, and that starts from the top. I obviously played at the top for my whole career, so know what the defensive responsibilities take. So that's going to be really big for me, because we've got to stop conceding the goals in the manner what we have. And we've got to now, get back to clean sheets, and then giving us opportunities to win games, to make sure that we get us going back where I think we can get to, and getting into the middle echelons of the division, and that's where the target is, to stay away from this relegation battle and the relegation fight and getting up, because if you get yourself sucked into it, it's always difficult, but I think I've had a really good response from the boys. I've had a good response from the staff here today. And I'm really looking forward to just getting down and working with them, getting to know the lads, and sort of putting our stamp on what we see where the team's going to go.
You obviously inherit a team there's low in confidence after the last couple of results, but have only spent less than a week in the relegation zone actually in League One this season. So how do you assess the job that you've got on your hands?
Yeah, look, every job I'm fortunate enough now to be one of the 72 managers in the Football League to have a job. So that first and foremost, they're all tough jobs. Everyone who puts themselves forward for it. But this is what I wanted, and this is where I thought, if this is the next step in my journey to getting to the top, and we spoke about that. I spoke that with Kelvin on the phone. And he was like, we want to see you in the next couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years. People coming and taking you off us because you've been successful. We've been successful as a club on and off the field. So that's where I see it, and I think it's about me showing them the loyalty that they've shown me and given me this opportunity. So yeah, I'm going to work, as hard as I can to make sure that comes through, and that comes through with him in my team and my staff.
Yeah, just on your coaching journey, obviously it's been a while since you've been a manager, but you are extremely young then in coaching terms, and you have been working at the very top level in between then. How much have you learned as a coach, and how much have you developed as a coach, head coach, manager in that time?
Yeah, I think obviously, as you said, I was very young when I took the two jobs what I did previously, and I managed to be quite successful in that period where I was given the opportunity to work with the team. Obviously things went on behind the scenes which sort of went against me, and I lost them jobs because of that. But you sort of then have to get yourself, pick yourself up off the floor and say, right, okay, what's the next step? And I got a great opportunity to go and work here with David at West Ham, club what's close to my heart, and I took that because of that, and to be involved with such a high caliber manager and person, and yeah, I've learnt a lot in them 4.5 years, and going on the adventures what we did, the European journey, winning a European trophy as well as getting to semis and quarter-finals. The hecticness of the schedule felt like as if you were in the Football League because of the quality of what you had to pull out, week in, week out, and the Thursdays to Sundays is quite similar to the Tuesdays to Saturdays, and the Saturdays to Tuesdays turnover. So yeah, it's something which now I thought, when, as I said, when the opportunity arose and I seen that the previous manager had gone, it was one where I thought that I really fancy that one, and there's not many which have come up lately where I thought, yeah, I want to be involved in that one. So I think it's testament to what I've seen from out to in what the owners and what they've done in terms of investments in the club, and what you see, not only on the field but off the field is more. I was impressed with what they had to say and how they go about the business, and I feel now getting the opportunity to now work closely with the team and with my staff, and then being a massive support. Is a great place for me to be at my stage of my sort of managerial career. And I think as a person, as a club, as a team, we can all grow together.
You mentioned the staff there. It's fairly unusual, isn't it, that the manager comes in and works with the existing staff. So first of all, how do you feel about that? How the early interaction's been, and will you look to add to that with people within football as well?
Yeah, I think we'll probably work on that. In the coming weeks, it's something which we might look at. Which Kelvin, and when I spoke with James as well, they were they're open to maybe see that come through if I do bring someone else through the door. But that's why I was happy again, because you've got someone who's a legend in Ian, and then you've got Rick Osen, a legend who I played with when we were, I think, 18 or in the England setup, So I know a lot about them. I've done a lot of due diligence on my own with a lot of people in and around me who I know and I trust their sort of beliefs in what they see. And then and they were very complimentary of not only the owners and James, the CEO. They were very complimentary about the staff who were already working there. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting to know them, and it's something I've done at County. I like to give people opportunities to sort of thrive in their jobs, and want to bring them all together so that we all work in cohesion and we're all aligned in what we want and where we want to go. And I've got a vision to where I see where this club is going and where I feel we can get to. And I want them all to sort of be believing that and speaking in them terms so that we've got a real good, solid unit in terms of the staff, because I believe that's really important when you it's the team behind the football team which is going to make us get success on the pitch and keep us all together.
It's a hell of a time to take a job, Kevin, isn't it? in the period that you're in. Yeah. What do the next few days look like?
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen the schedule, and I don't think the lads are going to be too happy with a few of the changes I'm going to make. But no, look, it is what it is. These lads have been in and around it. It's Christmas, you know that you've got plenty of games. We've got to get it right. We've got to make sure that we get the right amount of work into the lads, because there's game after game after game. But look, the wife is, although she's really happy that I've got an opportunity and a job, she's obviously, when are you coming back? But she understands. She's been with me for a long time, since I was a teenager, so she understands the nature of the game. My family all know I was supposed to be back in Liverpool and having, a big family dinner, but yeah, that's all been put to the side for now, and we'll see that in the next 24 hours where that lies anyway.
Just finally for me, it's a really important period, isn't it? You've got 4 games between now and the 4th of January, the bottom 2 in there as well. How much you trying to affect the team ahead of that game against Reading and build that bit of momentum, and the table could look so different, couldn't it, come the 4th of January?
Yeah, and that's what I said, we've got to look at the next one. That's the most important one. We'll be working hard now to make sure that we go to Reading and give the best version of ourselves in terms of changing a few things, seeing what, and hopefully executing what I'm asking of them, and in terms of out of possession, being a lot more diligent and a lot more harder to beat, and then trying to create a lot more chances than what we have done in the previous games, and put give Reading a really good game. They've done fantastically well this year, but we're going to go there and we're going to have a right go and make sure that from now they know when we turn up that they're going to be in for the game.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck, and a Merry Christmas as well.
Happy Christmas, and thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much.